We want to do some mid-season awards with Chuck here. So we're going to give some categories, and he's going to tell us where we stand now that we are halfway through the year. Let me start off with this. The first award, the top team overall in the Big Ten.
I have to go with Michigan. They've been very impressive on both sides of the ball. 3 shutouts in a row. First time since 1980 when Michigan did it. And everything favors offense in the rules today. That's so impressive. People don't realize it's an offensive game today. 3 shutouts in a row. I think Jake Rudolph's played very well. I have to go with Michigan right now.
Now, I'm curious, by the way, how close was this? Like, was Iowa or Michigan State or Ohio State right behind them, or are they clear-cut your number one right now?
I think Iowa's close behind them. You know, Ohio State is winning, so you can't disregard that. Ohio State's still the best team, but they're not hitting on all cylinders. Michigan State's has some injury problems. I would say Michigan and Iowa halfway through are 1 and 2.
All right, now here's another award that may be pretty close between two. Give me who is the coach right now of the half.
Well, speaking of Iowa, Kirk Ferentz. I think based on how they finished last year, new guys all over the board, new quarterback, the way he's turned around this football team mentally from last year to now, I think he deserves a Coach of the Year honors so far halfway through. Just a remarkable coaching effort from a mental standpoint, getting this team ready to play and being undefeated right now.
So you believe in the legend of Newkirk?
I do.
Yeah.
I do believe in the legend of Newkirk, absolutely.
You're right, though, Taylor. I mean, you could go Harbaugh.
Yeah.
You could go Fitz. You could go the undefeated Urban and D'Antonio, too. There's a lot of candidates up for that right now. What about your freshman of the year at this point?
Well, I have to go true freshman and redshirt freshman.
That was not what I said. I said just freshman.
You failed a lot of classes in school.
I know. True freshman Saquon Barkley of Penn State. Even though he's been hurt, 8.9 yards per carry. I think he is a dynamic player, great future for Penn State. They need to get him back in that lineup and get healthy. I think for redshirt freshman Clayton Thorson, I have to give some votes up for Clayton. You know, he's struggled against Michigan this last game, but 5-1 as a quarterback at Northwestern. Redshirt freshman, great future, but I think he's off to a good start for being such a young quarterback.
Okay, all right, give me your offensive player of the half.
Have to go with Ezekiel Elliott. I mean, 11 games in a row, over 100 yards. He is really the difference in this team as far as winning games at the end. They rely on him to win games at the end. I just love what he's doing. He's really hard to stop right now. Ezekiel Elliott is my halfway MVP so far.
Think of if they didn't have him. I mean, how many games, especially in the second half, they would be in deep trouble if they weren't able to let him just go loose.
Absolutely.
On the other side of the ball, your defensive player of the first half of the season.
Well, that's Joe Schobert of Wisconsin, without a doubt. 40 tackles, 9 sacks, 4 forced fumbles, 13.5 tackles for loss. It can't get any better than that halfway through the season. Joe Schobert, I saw him against Iowa, and I was so impressed with what he did. He manhandled that whole offensive line, but he is the defensive player of the year so far.
He's been impressive.
From walk-on to defensive player of the half, the prestigious award.
Yeah, that's right. Who else would be up there? I'm thinking Carl Nassib from Penn State, right? He'd have to be up on that list high for you. Anybody else jump out?
It's hard. I think Desmond King of Iowa.
Yeah.
I think Desmond King of Iowa has had a fabulous year so far, and it's hard to pick one player, but those guys are certainly viable candidates.
How crazy is it to think, though, that Joey Bosa isn't even in this conversation?
Yeah.
Well, because they double team him all the time.
Yeah.
Joey's getting a lot of double teams. So obviously they know about him, and going into every game offensively, hey, we got to get 2 guys on Joey Bosa, which says a lot about him.
Yes.
Missed that first game, too. It was an opportunity for him to get a lot of eyeballs on him under the primetime spotlight on Monday night.